Shapiro, co-founder of The Daily Wire. Ben, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. There's a lot of speculation that even in his first week in office, President-elect Trump, not exactly in office, but President-elect, that we're seeing progress overseas, okay? Perhaps Hamas, I don't know, Iran, Qatar, trying to kick Hamas out of Qatar. Some talk, phone calls from the Palestinian. I'm not sure I buy it. I mean, I think they should get ready for a change. But how do you see the international situation? Are they suing for peace quite yet, Ben Shapiro?
Well, they certainly know there's a new sheriff in town. What the conditions will be of any agreement that gets cut. They know that conditions have shifted with Donald Trump, that he is no longer running away from allies like Israel. He's no longer trying to curry favor with the Iranian mullahs. He's no longer attempting to slow walk aid to, for example, the Israelis in the Middle East. And when it comes to Ukraine and Russia, he's no longer going to pour money into a stagnating quagmire. He's going to look for a solution and an off-ramp, and I think all parties know that. So now President Trump is the most efficient and effective user of peace through strength of my lifetime. I'm not old enough to really remember Reagan. And the fact is that the President of the United States has used the credible threat of use of force, threats of tariffs, the threat of American power to greater effect than any president in modern history.
Ben, there's reported 3 phone calls between Prime Minister Netanyahu and President-elect Trump. I fervently would like to see Netanyahu just finish the job. I don't really care what Hamas spokesmen say or don't say. I would like to see Israel simply finish the job with Hamas and, for that matter, with Hezbollah. What do you think?
I mean, I think that that's exactly what President Trump is going to pursue here. I think that what President Trump doesn't want is a continued percolation of conflicts, particularly in which terrorists are being preserved by American strictures on Israeli military force, the way we've seen under the terrible policy of the Biden administration. So I think that President Trump, I'm sure, is going to want Israel to move hard, move fast, destroy the enemies of both Israel and the United States. I mean, Hezbollah and Hamas are both State Department designated terrorist groups. And I think that President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu, I would assume, are on the same page on that.
And regarding the, head of the snake, Iran, I mean, it's time to all forces out. Bankrupt them again. Stop the oil, stop the commerce, stop every bloody thing. Full scale. No more appeasement. Full scale. Stop all of their trading, China, Russia, whatever. And if they don't, they'll pay the consequences, Ben.
The president has said that he wants to essentially choke off the Iranian economy. He said that when he was president, Iran was broke. They didn't have the ability to spread terrorism all over the region via their proxy groups. He's exactly correct about that. Plus, of course, the president was responsible for the Abraham Accords. Bringing the Saudis into the Abraham Accords will require weakening the Iranians and making sure that they can't actually threaten not just Israel, but Saudi Arabia. And so I think President Trump has made very clear, and all of his foreign policy advisors have made publicly clear exactly what American policy will be on Iran. The time of concessions, the time of weakness is over. The time of the strength that President Trump brings back to the office has returned.
So full scale, just the last one for you. Full scale blanket on Iran. Bankrupt him again. That's right. That's what we did in the first time. Bankrupt him again. That could have the impact of bringing the Saudis into the Abraham Accords, which would be a very big deal, would it not?
Yeah, it would be the biggest deal in the Middle East since probably the Six-Day War for the Saudis to enter the Abraham Accords. It would be transformative of the entire Middle East. The Abraham Accords already have been. That would be the capstone to President Trump's legacy in the Middle East for sure.
All right. Ben Shapiro, we thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. Hope you'll come back soon.